Cash Rules Global TV, The Road to Riches.
Armani, this shit Slobe, boy.
So bad when I'm sad. Little bitch with it, she got one. How many baby mamas you got? Only got one. Little bitch, get your mind right. Got ball like a mongoose. Ain't nothing here. Put your feelings in your back pockets. Don't even care. Cause you fat and pay the next nigga.
All right. Mind Depaul. How you feeling, bro?
Man, what's up, my boy, man? You know what I'm saying? We out here living good, man. Ain't nothing to complain about.
Hey, it's been a long time coming, bro. A long time coming.
Man, say that.
So I know you've been running it up, 70,000 monthly listeners. Tell the people where you from and what you got going on.
Man, it's Armani Depaul, man, from Richmond, California, representing the whole Bay Area, man, one time, man. What's happening, man? Right now, we still moving and grooving, man. You know what I'm saying? One of the top producers in the Bay, staying consistent with, staying tapped in with all the youth and everybody that's popping. And I'm still, you know, a signed artist, signed to Thizzler. So got publishing through Universal, still making moves on my own, man.
All right, so let's get into that a little bit. I did not know you still was signed to Thizzler. So is that a media deal? Because I know you was doing the Thizzler ciphers, or you was making a lot of beats for them too. What you doing with them?
Nah, it's an artist deal. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know I've been doing this for many moons, a few generations now. So, you know, I've been tapped in with Thizzler since they started. So, you know, they got a lot of history from me that y'all might not know about. They signed me based upon that. You know what I'm saying? And the things I was starting to do with Young Slobe, Slobey. So they signed me initially to like a 6-month deal, no events, no nothing, like a partnership, something we worked out. I did the Timmy Turner with EBK Young Jock, Mac J. I did the stuff with DB by the bag, and then around December, the song started to catch fire with Young Slobey, that I Love You. And when that went up, you know what I'm saying, I signed another deal through Universal and Songvest. And that was just like a one-time sale deal for the catalog. And then right after that, that's when it peaked interest. I just kept working. I just kept doing stuff with they artists. I was doing like compilation CDs with a C-Tub with little TYS and with they artists. So I was really going to the office to get out my 6-month deal. I was going to the office to be like, man, you know what? I got these, I got this. Let me pay y'all to, you know, to just get out my deal. And then they gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. You know what I'm saying? And signed me to a 3-year deal. So we in one more year left for the 3-year deal, and it's been bittersweet, you know.
Now you say you was working with a few of their artists. Now who from out here was signed to Universal? Because I ain't too sure nobody know about that.
Now what it is I went through a company, Songvest, is sponsored by Universal, and you know, I got a bunch of catalog in this game. It's really all about catalog. You got artists that got, you know, may have one good streaming hit. And me, I went more like the Sauce Walker route, you know what I'm saying? Building up good songs over time, and I had the catalog. So I was just getting, you know, residuals from the catalog, and shit started to add up. I piqued interest of a company called Songvest. They buy catalogs, you know what I'm saying? They done deal with Mariah Carey, you know, a bunch of artists you could name, and they funded by Universal. So they approached me, and I didn't know what they was talking about at first. You know, they gave me an offer I couldn't refuse. Ended up dumping off one of my older catalogs and starting all over. And that's around the time that that Thizzler approached me with a bigger deal, another re-sign. So I'm
Okay,
still,
is that an offer you can refuse with the Thizzler too, or what?
man, for real.
It's a lot of bad business, so you know, being heard about them. I don't want to say bad business, but there's a lot of rumors going on in the streets. You know what I mean? So clear that shit up.
Yeah, it's bittersweet, man. I mean, initially they came at me with, you know, a 6-figure deal. And you know, you coming from the trap like we is, you feel me? Like you hear 6 figures for something we do every day, something we do easy. You like run that, you feel me? Like they like it's gonna be in your PayPal tomorrow. I'm like, oh shit, run that. You know what I'm saying?
My
So
mama.
little did I know, you know, the stipulations of the deal, they only sent like 30% of it in my PayPal, and the rest was all budget. So I got the little big, you know, chunk 50, 60,000, whatever, thinking that, okay, you know, it's cool. They still got another 120 something from me, you know, to fund. And we had our issues because, you know, for one, they signed me as an artist, and at the time I was peaking as a producer, and I always been an entrepreneur, and I always understood the business. So I understood that I can produce a song, and you know, really I would label myself a music investor. So I'll take artists that's popping at the time and go and get the beat for them and cash them out for the verse, and I'll take ownership of the song. Now, I don't consider that being, you know, going against the contract, because it's like y'all got exclusivity with me as an artist. That's when I rap. But y'all don't have exclusivity with me based upon songs that I purchased out of my pocket. So we kept bumping heads with that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like contract wise, they didn't have nothing to say, you know. But
I hear you, AD, but as a business owner, you still, how am I supposed to know you paying out your pocket and not using the money that I gave you?
I mean, still, you know what I'm saying? I was hipped at that time on a contract, and you know, it's technically even on their side, it didn't cross lines with the contract, but what it did is it was frowned upon. So they took their power to put me on the back end. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we in contract with you, but now that we seeing which how you playing, and you're not really for Thizzler as a team, you kind of for yourself. Now you're not doing anything against contract, but since you're not all in for Thizzler, we're not gonna be all in for you. So what they kind of did
Go a little
was
deeper.
they didn't prioritize my releases. I mean, for one, I'm the oldest artist on their label, which don't really mean nothing, but they gotta, you know, they kind of push their label with the narrative, you know, the name banging shit. You know, that's what's kind of popping in California. That's how it's branded. So, and that's not really how I'm coming on my artist shit. So it gave them even more of a reason to be like, you know, we and this and that, and the people that's coming out, we coming, and we kind of gonna kind of shadow his stuff, because instead of using the budget they had for my stuff to make it bigger, that was my plan. Is like, we can rewrite the narrative. If I got 120 budget, the whole sound in the Bay Area don't have to be this game, man. I can introduce and let these people know what real music is about. That's what was my plan, but I didn't have no control over my budget. I can't tell them, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to do a song with Rod Wave, run the 25. He told me, you know what I'm saying? Or I want to go do, they
Mhm.
going, you know, I want to go do a song with G Herbar, you know, or somebody from the shower, somebody, you know what I'm saying, outside, and make the shit bigger. Everything got to be approved through them, and that's when shit kind of slowed down. So technically, I'm still in contract with them. I don't really have no problems with them. It's just business, you know, and it's just a nigga that's from the trap, understanding business. You know what I'm saying? Getting
You
my
do
feet wet.
understand. You
Yeah,
understand business really, really well. Honestly, looking back at your career, that's presented a little bit of an issue, almost knowing too much. You know what I mean? And remember from your
exactly,
younger days,
exactly.
that was the reason why you never wanted to go with a big label, because you wanted to put your own narrative. So you said currently you're still signed with the Thizzler, and it's No Bad Blood. You did do their last Thizzler cipher. You did the beat for them that Lefty Gunplay, them all them got on. True or no?
Yeah, nah, Lazy Boy and everybody. Yeah, we, me and another producer, MMM, shout out him, did the production. And how that really take place is like, you could try to shadow me as an artist, but you can't shadow the fact that I'm one of the biggest producers out here. So Thizzler being a label, but also being a media brand, still has to promote what's hot in the street, and and who's hot in the street. So I'm still one of the hottest producers in the street. So, you know, it's not like they purposely deliberately trying to shadow me, but it's like, you know, they just prioritizing what's hot. So I still get shine from my production, and that's how it took place. You know, they had to tap in based upon me still staying consistent with the production. So of course I'm still gonna find my way on some of their artist albums and on the ciphers production wise, you know. But you know, as far as an artist, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm kind of got one leg in that, and more of a leg in the production. So I can see kind of why they prioritizing people that's just full time artists. And you know, it ain't no bad blood. It is what it is. Shout out Thizzler, you know.
Okay, that's real. Business is business. You hear me?
Exactly.
Now
Yep.
that let's just take people back real quick. Like I said, you got a long, long history, Armani. From
Man,
Richmond, from Richmond,
say that.
6 in Park on BET
Yep.
with
Some of
cookies
y'all
and
don't know
milk.
about that, man.
I'm sure they don't. I'm sure they don't. Before this, you're a generational artist, Armani. When you linked up with Slobe, and also give us a little bit when you linked up with Bris. Let's start with 2-1 Slobe.
Well, yeah, the first artist I linked up with from the EBK camp was EBK Young Jock and Bris together on the song "Jokes Up," And I just went along with me doing what I do, being a music investor, something I've been doing for a while. Some people might know me from the Lil Yases or the SOB. Every wave, every artist that had a wave, you know, me being a smart businessman and me already having a name established, it was easy for me to hey, how much you charge for a feature? Or hey, let me
Mhm.
as soon as they start going up, whether you can go back to, you know, the Says the Geminis, or you know what I'm saying, you can go all the way back to when the artists first started having a wave. I'm pretty much one of the first people to tap in. I'm tapped in, you know what I'm saying? So I hit
Yeah.
EBK Young Jock, I hit
Uh-huh.
Bris. Bris was in jail at the time. And you know, and I said, bro, I'm trying to get y'all. And then you know, I got a little more advanced with it, not just doing a song with the artist having a wave, but collaborating them with with artists that they sound good together with too. Are the numbers they did good numbers with
Mm.
too. So I peeped that
Putting it
Briss and
together.
Jock always did like a million. They was doing numbers. Well, they didn't even do a million yet. That they first million was with me, but they was up there. You know what I'm saying? Number wise. So
Hmm.
me being, you know, the brilliant investor I am, I put them together. You know what I'm saying? One nothing. Shot the video myself, made the beat myself, and the rest is history, man. Shout out EBK, Young Jock, Briss, and then, you know, did the same thing with Young Slobe. You know what I'm saying? Shortly after that, he was on the rise. I could see that he was the next. Him and Mac J. You know what I'm saying? So I approached them the same way. Did some music with Mac J. Did some music with Young Slobey. We exchanged some stuff. They gave me some verses or some songs. I gave them some beats. So I gave him the Take You beat that was on his project.
Hmm.
That was on one of his main projects, and he gave me the I Love You song verse. You
On
know,
some swap type, for sure.
which he actually threw on a project too, but it kind of went
AI
overshadowed on
is
his.
smart.
It went overshadowed on his project. You feel me? That's what people don't know. It's like when he dropped it, that wasn't even the biggest song on his project. It didn't go viral until I re-dropped it on my compilation. And
Now, that kind of goes into my the next
yeah,
question. I'm gonna interject on this one, kind of sidetrack real quick, and we're gonna play that jokes up for a second after this. Um,
me
do you feel that you don't get the respect you deserve in the industry? This Bay Area industry, it get real tricky. I don't know if people know that I probably had a couple songs on that catalog with you that you were selling to Universal. I was real heavy in the streets back then. You know,
for
you was
sure.
trying to pull me out with the music, but I was hard headed at that time. Let's talk about speak on that.
My nigga, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really look at it like I don't get the respect. You know, maybe when I was younger, but as I get older, you know, I start to understand, like, once again, business. You know what I'm saying? And how the music industry work and how the Bay Area music industry work. Bay Area is a mecca. It's just our own wave, our own world of music. How things is done out here and how things are influenced is different from mainstream. So you know the main influence and driving influence out here to the youth is gang banging music, and it is driven by slide music and stuff like that. And you know I'm way more of an international industry artist. You know what I'm saying? I will label myself. So just with that simple math alone, you got to think who's gonna be prioritized. The game banging slide music or the artists that's more international. You know, the budget that requires for our international artists to take off out here is just ain't no infrastructure out here for that. They don't have, you know, they just got the empire and all that. But like when I started, they don't have the infrastructure to blow an artist up international out here yet. You know what I'm saying? That's why people go to LA's and New York's and the Atlanta's because they don't have it. So it's all from the street. It's all slide music. So I
So,
respect it. You know, before I was like, bro, they ain't. And then when I transitioned over to a producer, and one thing I had to learn even when I started popping is that the superstar is the rapper. You know,
mm,
producers gonna always play the background because it's all about the branding and the image and the lifestyle. People gotta want to be you. You know, the foundation to a producer is more of a nerd. You know, we sitting down all day. We doing technical stuff on a computer. That's too far from understanding of the average person. The average person can understand. Oh, I slid on what's the name, and I'm sliding and boom, 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 faster than they can
mhm.
understand. You know, my world. So ain't no superstars really in the producer world, especially from the Bay Area, unless you really you know co-signed or by somebody who's giving that illusion. You know what I'm saying? And you know, to be real, I ain't never fuck with niggas on no consistent basis to be co-signed. I don't fuck with niggas. I go in and out and I keep it business. You know what I'm saying? I don't fuck with no politics. I'm not finna hang with you in your area. We finna go to the studio, do this, and I'm out. I hear from you on the next business. You feel me? So that comes off. People can see that. You know what I'm saying? And this shit is really more about the lifestyle and everything than it is about the music. You know what I'm saying? That's something I had to learn over time too. It's more about being a superhero to these people and actually having a story to tell and actually having something interesting going on with your life that these people find captivating. You know what I'm saying? I just never gave them that, you know?
You gave him a whole lot. I could say that, but
Man,
I respect that. That's something I did
for real.
want to know where you was at, right? You know, in your mind right now with that. You know what I mean? That's good to know.
Man, for
Now,
real.
tell us, you said how you met Bris. You know, y'all exchanged verses, and then I'm guessing that was in EBK. Jock was the first person you worked with in EBK, and then you developed relationships as the time went on, or how did the relationship with the other members develop?
And shout out Britt, shout out everybody. I mean, it was love from the beginning, you know what I'm saying? We had our little misunderstandings and stuff. I would never say I was too tight, developed a real relationship with them, but musically they respected it. You feel me? I remember Briss called me on a late night. Like, nigga, I'm on your beat right now and I know you with Blaster. You feel me? We finna shoot the video. This before we did Jokes Up. You know what I'm saying? Or you know what I'm saying? It was just mad respect. So I was just doing what I do. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even a full time producer. And the pandemic forced me to sit down and find other ways of income because I was a rapper and my residual check was popping off the ride on it. And everybody that's tapped in with me know that. And when I started to slow down and I'm sitting down in the pandemic, what I'm saying. And one of my dudes, another producer, put me on. He was like, "Bro, you go crazy at producing, but you need to stick to one style." He like, "I want to challenge you to sit down and just make like these Ozzy type beats. Just make these type of beats and see how far you go." And I took the advice. Shout out HT made the wave. I had a phone call with him. He like, "Bro, I'm making like 10 bands a month." I'm like, "What? Making beats?" Instantly, man, I jumped into this studying, man, and started putting out beats before I knew it. I was making 10 bands a month, and then the EBKs and all that tapped in. So it was just straight on some big. P. Bris shortly after we did the song and video. Sadly, he had happened to him what happened. And I think the song was gonna go up anyway, but it even put more momentum on the song and I just go along with, you throwing them shit at the wall, something gonna stick the right situation, and that happened to me a few times. Not that it's a fortunate thing, but it's the rose that grew from the concrete, you know what I'm saying, with Bris and Slobe and Lil TYS and Lil Yase, everybody I've done
Mm.
stuff with, they really in the streets and things happen to them and inevitably the songs go up even more and the interest goes up. But but we just work and I don't talk to them on a regular basis. But I mean, me and Slubby used to text, me and Brish texting. I'm just sending them beats though. All right, what you doing, fool? You know what I'm saying? We at the studio, shit like that. But it's been all business with all the Bay Area artists, man. Shout out everybody.
And you're a little different generations too, but that's now that you kept naming them names, little TYS, excuse me, little Yase, fallen soldiers, not gonna lie, RP the real, you know what I'm saying?
Man, RP, Lil Yes, Lil TYS, Brish, Young Slubby. And it happens. This is one of the most dangerous jobs. You know what I'm saying? People forget. And if you're doing this shit every day, you really in this shit, it's inevitable, man. So that's all it is.
Yeah, you've had a long career, so things are gonna come with that, you know what I mean? But I see that was you had to keep learning and keep growing as the times change. That's what really I got from that, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
I really just wanted to sit down with you. It's always going to be more and more with you. What you got going on right now, AD? I appreciate you for sitting down with Cash Rules Global TV, giving us a few exclusive. I know you haven't
Man,
really talked lately that much, especially since you've been on your producer grind. But
man,
from 67,000 monthly listeners, bro. Yeah.
man. That's the testament of the catalog, man. Since when me and you was rocking with the Cash Rules, as the label and everything, like I'm just gonna put a gym out there, you know what I'm saying? And some don't try to knock it out the park with every pitch. If you get on first base, you know what I'm saying, that run gonna score eventually, and that's just a testament to that. The 67,000 listeners is all them runs I left on base. that's finally scoring. You know what I'm saying? If you make
Mm.
good music and you consistent, that's one thing. But now it's more so about being strategic and tapping in with other people's fan bases. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times, a lot of people grew up, they the popular kid in school, or they grew up with some hero stories, and those were the narratives to drive people to their music. And that wasn't really my case. I just made hits. I was just a hit maker. So I try to connect the dots on how can I get the fan bases with them, and it's just as easy as getting a few dollars and tapping in and offering these people something. Don't just hit them like, oh, I got a good beat. I make good music. Work with me, bro. Like ain't nobody finna open that DM, bro. You know, and I lay it off with, bro, how much you want? You know what I'm saying? I respect what you're doing, how much you want. I got a bag for you. And people started responding, and I started investing into myself. A lot of people would get 1,500 two bands and go buy some Dior, some Givenchy, and I was buying verses, and and that's a testament to that, year after year, from the I Am Sues to the Turf Talks before that, you know what I'm saying, generational. This is how I came in the game investing, so
Good stars.
inevitably, yeah, all of that. Inevitably, I was gonna be a music investor, and then other features come. You know what I'm saying? Just how the wave go when you got the narrative that you hot, people tap in. That's what this game about. It's a fake side to it, but at the same time, that's the part of the game.
I think the testament of time, and I really wanted you to dig deeper on that for the younger artists in this game. You know what I'm saying? It's really about what you can get out of it and getting the bread out.
Man,
Uh,
that's what it's about. Yeah,
right
it's
on for
like
sitting down with Cash Rules Global TV. Go ahead, AD. Sound like you want to chip some more game.
yeah, and that's what I was saying. Yeah, you gotta have a plan of what you're trying to do. A lot of people, they don't understand that. Okay, a lot of people want to make money, but at the same time, what's really eating you inside, your legacy. I want to stand out. I don't want to just be anybody, and this breeds a lot of people into the music industry. This is the foundation to it. How can I make my legacy be known? You know what I'm saying? My hood, who I am. You know what I'm saying? I got something to say too. So, you just got to align that with business and understand it's that, and it's a business too. A lot of people will get a feature and they want to write first, which is automatic because they got so much to say and they want to put on. But it's levels to this shit and it's steps. And what I did, one of my, I'm gonna put the feature first. I'm gonna put it as his song. I'm gonna finesse the game because it's all a finesse. When you go buy a sandwich from the store, that company is finessing. You know what I'm saying? They the best sandwich brand. You don't know where they get them supplies from or what the truth is, and that's just a business. That's just business in America. So you
It
know what I'm
sounds
saying?
like
You
you
gotta
understand
align.
the game.
Yeah, you gotta align what you want to do and your motive and your plan with business. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be successful every time. If you can kill your pride and put the money first, you want fame or you want money, because they both gonna come when you put the business first and you understand how the business work. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a shout out to the young people.
No moments. Who top five hottest artists right now out the Bay? In your opinion, ain't no, you know what I mean? Ain't no list shit. Not 1 through 5 ranking or type shit. Just who hot you think in your opinion? Hot on the
Now,
Armani beat.
if you say hottest right now at the time, you got to say EBK J-Bo. You know what I'm saying? Which came from the EBK camp, which is one of the hottest dudes out the Bay right now, one of the hottest camps, period. You know what I'm saying? Then you gotta go you gotta mention Mozzie, that's still in there. He crossing over a little bit more to the industry, but he's still from, the Northern California. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say EBK Young Jock still in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Still doing major numbers. You gotta say Larry June, which he from the Bay, he from
Mm,
Frisco, and you can't deny that he's an international artist now, but he's still putting on from the back for the back. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I forgot anybody, but I would say Lil Bean number 5. You know what I'm saying? He has an international timeless sound, but he's still one of the only ones putting on for Frisco right now, and there's many more. Shout out everybody. Me personally, I stay tapped in. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I ride around listening to this brand of music at all times, but I'm for sure tapped in on who popping right now. You feel me? Who got it
no
right
moment.
now? And I'm looking
No
forward to the
moment.
other young artists. You feel me? That's coming after
Anybody?
them. But
Yeah.
Yep.
Anybody you wanna that you haven't worked with? I know the list is long as hell. Anybody you want to work with, currently?
Right now, to tell the truth, I lost a lot of love for the art of music, and that's because the sound has changed so much. I am from a different generation, so I just do it as a business, and whoever tap in with me, tap in with me. I do it as a machine. Whatever worked for me before, I get up every morning and make those type of beats. Whoever popping, I make those type of beats. So right now it is wide open. It's nobody from the Bay right now that I haven't worked with yet. That's coming to mind. You know what I'm saying? Shout out 1100. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with his sound. I got a couple joints with him. Also, Lou Deezy coming out of Reno, but he going crazy and he is sleeper. But to be real, I've worked with all of them. I've worked with everybody I can shout out. You know what I'm saying? There's a few young cats from the Crest under the boy that's going crazy. I can't think of their name, but they up next for sure. I got an eye on them. I got an eye on a few younger cats coming from SAC. You know what I'm saying? That's going crazy. TLG and all them. So it's a lot of people it's gonna continue, man. The wave gonna continue. I'm gonna keep working. They're gonna keep tapping in. As a producer, I I've been doing it for a while, but I'm a humble dude, bro. I ain't never tooted my own horn. But in the beginning, working and doing a lot of beats, a lot of younger producers tapped in too, wanting to work with me. So off back, it's love. You know what I'm saying? No matter if you got 12 followers, it's love. I'm like, bro, I'm gonna send loops. You know what I'm saying? And my attitude has kind of changed because you got like the Call Me Johnnies and a few other producers that was tapping in and looking at me as a hero and asking me how I do this and how I do that. And I just feel like a lot of people don't understand the culture and understand like paying homage and just real street shit. You know what I'm saying? Just real shit. Like you get into this culture, this black culture, this street culture, like you get into this culture and this ain't even you, and it shows. So a lot of these young producers or artists will tap in, and now I'm a little laid back from work with them because they don't know how the structure go. Like don't tap in with me, collab on a beat, get your name out there, and then start pushing in the narrative as if it's all you or you doing this, not leaving me out. Not that I care, but that's not gonna end well. You know what I'm saying? And that's like what happened with the Call Me Johnnies and then this and that. It's a structure to support. You know what I'm saying? Paying homage and giving credit where it's due and saying, if I make the whole beat, bro, and I made the bass structure and the sample and everything, and you came in and did a snare, yeah, technically you a co-producer on the beat, but don't be under nigga comment like, yeah, produced by me, I went crazy. And that's what kind of set it off. It's like, bro, we know the truth, bro. It leave a
Mm.
sour taste. It ain't like I want all the fame, but it's showing me who you are. You fool now to me. You know what I'm saying? Now you coming off trying to like overly be fool. And that's the fake part of the game that a lot of these artists, a lot of this shit come off. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it leaves a sour taste in my mouth about the game. So that's why I'm anti. And I come along with it. I ain't the most famous because I'm anti, but it's like I don't want to deal with the fake shit that come along with this game. Just to kind of touch on that, you know what I'm saying? But man, shout out Cash Rules Global, man. We can have 12 interviews, man. We got a million things to talk about, man. I just want to give y'all a little dose, man.
No, this shit gonna it's gonna keep coming. We just laid the foundation. You know what I mean? This shit forever, five ever. I appreciate you, Armani. We gonna definitely have more and more, more and more interviews with you. Probably gonna bring you on as a co-host on something. Just
Man,
getting
we gonna
started
collab.
for
It's
sure.
casual for life if they didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So we just getting started, man. Yeah, it's a lot y'all gonna see from this brand, man. So that y'all just seeing the early stages of this, man. But I want to give my 1-2, man. Shout out AMJ, a legend in his own right. Been in this shit for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Was right there with me, but we still pushing, man. Shout out Casuals Global, man. A lot of shit coming soon, man. Armani Depaul interview, man. Just like that.
Just like that. Right on for tapping in. We gonna play this Armani DePaul, EBK Young Jock, Bris, Jokes Up, take us out. Right on Armani.
Yeah,
100.
yeah.
And we just locked it in, tapped in. This one for the streets. Cash Rules Global TV. Tapping
Man,
in.
Armani Depaul, man, tapping in.